A lot of my opinions are all bottom up, and I'm just yelling and shouting way, way up, for lack of a better metaphor. I'm yelling and shouting way, way up. Hey, look at the little people in your, to your point and to your analogy in the medical practice, as a customer for a doctor at a medical practice. When was the last time that you, or audience, you picked a doctor based on bedside manner? We don't pick doctors that way anymore. You go to a spreadsheet online and find out what doctor is in your plan, and then you pick one by location or by convenience. I don't even know that doctors are rated anymore by bedside manner, because, due to your point, it's a checklist. We have these jobs, we got billing codes that they have to check off, and they make their money, their office makes their salary, if I understand it right, by checking off certain boxes. And that's what they bill to the insurance company. So in that format, it's all focusing on what their goals are. So at the end of the day, to kind of bring that back to multifamily, what is our goals at the property level, the regional level, at the management level? What is our goals? And then do our decisions reflect what those goals are all the way down the line? And an example of that, if a property has a high renewal goal, they want to decrease the number of move-outs, how are they going to do that? In my mind, in my simplistic mind, you got two ways: price and value. And the value, that's where that service piece comes into play. But if you're not worried about renewals, then service is not a focus at the property level.
How has digital facilitation transformed the training arena over the years? You've been around long enough that you've seen cycles and evolution, probably more than just about anybody else.
There's some really cool animations and companies that I know Adrian and I have both been on calls about that deliver great, cool things. I mean, there's even some that you play like a video game. But at the end of the day, there is not a better way of training than taking a wrench, putting it into a tech's hand, and having them put it around a pipe and feel how much force is required to turn that nut, and too much, you break it. The biggest lesson, and I'm a frequent, I talk about it in sessions, and I want to even say that Adrian, you and I have talked about it in one of the times that we've talked previous, is the stance that multifamily has, that hotels and the hospitality industry as a whole have really latched onto, and we just can't seem to figure it out for various reasons that are way beyond what my small brain can figure. And that is the topic of preventing. We are all reaction based. Everything we do is reaction based, and our finances are set up to respond. When I was on site, I remember a conversation. This would have been before, at or around Y2K 2000. I was working at a property. The property was 22, 23 years old, and water heaters were starting to fail. And I went during annual budget review. I went to the property manager, and I had done research. I went up ahead and said, look, the last water heater that failed cost us as a company over $8,000 in water damage and carpeting and all the flooding that happened downstairs. And these are, Y2K prices, so can't take them today and extrapolate. But I went to the property manager and I said, can we start replacing water heaters? And she said, I'll put it in the budget. And of course, it got cut instantly, that large dollar amount. And at the time, a water heater was maybe $500. So if we change the water heater before it breaks, $500. Wait until after it breaks, multiple thousands of dollars. And I went to my property manager, and why? The answer I got back, and it still haunts me to this day, and I hope we've gotten better, but the answer to this day is no, because if it breaks and there's that amount of damage, insurance will pay for the repair. One of the big selling points for the multifamily industry is that we provide service when things break where people live. If they own a home, they got to hire a contractor. Well, in an apartment, service is a part of that. And we need people to do that. Developments, new buildings that are going in, expansion, population growth, all of these things speak to the fact that we're going to have more and more apartments online and occupied as we move forward. And each and every one of those apartments needs somebody with capable hands in order to fix stuff when it breaks, because entropy is job security. So if anybody's looking for a job, check out apartment maintenance. It's the best career in the world. As Adrian can tell you, as I can tell you, it can lead anywhere you want to go. Check out being an apartment maintenance technician. It's awesome.